One of the best ways to understand the Bible is through the personalities of the Bible, the biographies of the Bible. So today, if you're reading, you might want to read Genesis 6 through 8, where we read about an amazing man named Noah. Noah lived at a very wicked time. In fact, the world was so ridiculously wicked, God couldn't take it anymore. It says, "Then the Lord saw that man's wickedness was widespread on the earth, and every scheme of his mind thought of nothing but evil all the time. And the Lord regretted that he'd made man on the earth, and he was grieved in his heart. He said, I'm going to wipe off the face of the earth man who I created, with the animals and the creatures that crawl and the birds of the air, for I regret that I made him." God was heartbroken at the wickedness of the world. But there was a godly man. In verse 8 it says, "Noah, however, found favor in the eyes of the Lord." You know, maybe you're living a godly life in an ungodly situation. God notices these things, and God is pleased by that. Well, God had a job for Noah. God called him to do something that had never been done. Build an ark, a giant boat, which is fascinating because it had never rained like we understand rain up until this time. So God said, I want you to build a boat, I want you to put supplies on it, and I want you to gather 2 of every type of land animal and bird, and I want you to put them on the ark so that they can be spared, because I'm going to destroy the earth in a giant global flood. It's going to rain and rain and rain for 40 days and 40 nights. What's amazing is that Noah believed him. Now, he didn't just believe in his head, he believed with all of himself. He had committed active belief, and so he built the boat. We read in Hebrews chapter 7, this was an act of faith. Chapter 11, verse 7 says, "By faith Noah, after being warned about what was not yet seen, rain, a flood, in reverence built an ark to deliver his family. By this he condemned the world and became the heir of the righteousness that comes by faith." So they built the ark, and then God shut them in, which is a beautiful picture. God shut the door and made sure they were safe and secure. And then he sent the rain. The ground, it broke up and waters gushed up from the earth. God opened up the heavens where it had never been done before, and rain poured down from the heavens for 40 days and 40 nights until the entire world was flooded, and all sorts of crazy things were happening, where continents were created, canyons were created, rivers and streams were created, and it rained for 40 days. And then it took a long time after that for the earth to dry up so that they could come out of the ark. But God remembered them. God didn't forget them, and they were saved. Mankind was saved. Noah, his family, the animals. God saved mankind through a man that had faith. Salvation comes through active faith. And even way back here in the Old Testament, we have the story of salvation. This story reminds us that wickedness demands judgment. A holy God is going to judge wickedness. The soul that sins will surely die. God will judge wickedness. But God always provides a way of salvation. In this case, it's a giant boat, an ark that is well designed, well planned, well furnished to take care of the animals that God put on that ark. God provided a way of salvation. God provides a way of eternal salvation, not from a flood, but from death and hell and separation from God through His Son, Jesus Christ, who took our sin and died for us on the cross. Well, our job is to supply the active faith. We've got to believe in Him so that we do not perish. We've got to call upon the name of the Lord so that we might be saved. We've got to believe that God raised Him from the dead so that we might be saved. We've got, just like Noah had to have active faith to be saved, we need to have active faith to be saved. And then God certainly will do His part. He will remember us and He will save us. I wonder, have you heard this story before? Have you been saved through active faith? Are you living by active faith? This is a great story, and it's a great reminder that God has always provided a way of salvation for those who will believe in Him.